How we doing? So as I said, I'll give a couple more videos here just for some quick updates. Surgery was Friday morning for my scapholunate ligament repair and reconstruction. Surgery was Friday morning, so that gives us, so it puts us at 2 days post-op, and this is a pretty tough recovery process for the operation, for the procedure. In addition to being under the anesthesia and being asleep, they put a nerve block right here in my shoulder. So essentially, I had movement off my shoulder this way, but from about here down, I couldn't feel anything. And they said that would, generally goes about 12 to 24 hours, but mine went well past that. So surgery was Friday morning around 10 a.m. And I probably didn't regain full feeling back into my arm and fingers probably till about last night, around 8-9 p.m. So we went pretty well past that 24 hours. But the one thing I will say is that once the feeling came back in my arm and my hands and my wrists, the pain was right there waiting. So you'll see, the swelling has set in pretty well with this hand. I have some range of motion going, but I can't really go much past this. You see kind of starting to get a little tender on the fingers, just the shake and jitteriness. But overall, right in this area here is where a lot of, all that pain is right there. So, for the most part, surgery went well. It took just around 2 hours to do, probably 3.5 hours once everything was completed, coming out of the anesthesia and everything. So it's a pretty painful recovery process. It's a pretty constant sore. It's a pretty constant pain, really, really deep into that joint. Additionally, the doctor actually had put a drain port, I'm assuming right here. That's why I got this little curvature right here. Put a drain port in just to avoid, kind of get out any liquid or any fluids that might build up, to avoid any infections or anything like that. So I'll get that taken out this week, and then they'll wrap it all back up. And then I'll have my follow-up the following week to really check it out, get the stitches out, and then hopefully we'll be ready to put the cast on it, by then. But, for anyone who is going to have this procedure or is thinking about having this procedure, like I said in the first video, I was advised by multiple doctors that, if you don't have it, it's pretty certain that at some point in time, arthritis will set in. So, if you're trying to maintain any kind of active, semi-active lifestyle, I think that is, it's a good option to have the surgery, but you just have to be prepared that the first few days are going to be pretty uncomfortable. So, like I said, once the nerve block wore off, I've been in pretty constant pain since then. I did start taking, they prescribed me some ibuprofen. I can just take over-the-counter extra strength Tylenol, 1,000 milligrams. They prescribed me some ibuprofen for the anti-inflammatory, for the swelling, and then additionally they prescribed me some oxycodone. So in the past, I had another operation probably about 12 years back, where I was prescribed the oxycodone. I did take it. I wasn't really crazy about how it made me feel, but last night, when all the pain really set in, I was not really able to put it off anymore, and I did take it. I did take some of it. So I don't know if you've never taken it before. I think the best bet would be to try to manage the pain as much as possible with the Tylenol and ibuprofen. And then if you have to take the stronger pain med, maybe something closer to bedtime, where you can just kind of be laid out and try to get some sleep. If you notice, I probably do look a little tired. I've not really slept much in the last couple of days. It's been a little bit uncomfortable. You have to kind of sleep. You really want to make sure you sleep with your arm elevated to kind of keep all that swelling out of the hand and wrist area. Last night, the first night, I was able to sleep in the bed a little bit, but that's only because my arm was still so numb. I couldn't feel anything. Last night, I wasn't really able to get comfortable enough to lay down and keep my arm propped up, so I had to go downstairs to the couch and and kind of finagle the pillows around a little bit to keep my arm up. And I was able to string a couple hours together, but nothing of real significance. You know, I did have to sleep a little bit more today, just kind of during the day. I slept some hours during the day, but you know, overall, I think we're all, you know, it's in good shape. It's doing kind of exactly what I expected it to do. Like I said, just some of the accounts that I had watched prior to my surgery. These first couple days are going to be pretty intense, it seems. So I think that this is just something that is kind of par for the course with this. So as I explained in the last video, you know, they kind of went in there. They took from the inside area over here, they took a tendon to try to, you know, to use to weave and connect those bones back together. And then there's a pin right kind of in here in this area that goes straight down in there. And it's actually a little bit weird. I can kind of feel it depending on how I move my hand a little bit. I can feel it kind of poking up a little bit, which is it's a little weird to experience, but so that's going to be in it for the entirety of the casting, kind of towards the end of May, beginning of June. So, you know, just right now, just a lot of pain management, trying to do my best to keep myself drinking and eating, just because with the pills that they give you, with the, you know, with the pain management prescriptions that they give you, you shouldn't really have that stuff on an empty stomach. But I'm kind of in so much pain that I don't really feel like eating, but you know, you gotta do that just so there's no adverse reactions with the, you know, with the medication. But the one thing, the doctor called me yesterday in the morning just to check on me. He said, just once you really get that feeling back in your hand, just making sure, just move those fingers as much range as you can get. Just keep moving them so to keep the blood flow, you know, and just keep the swelling out of there as much as possible. So my kids are making fun of, you know, just the way it looks. I can't make a full fist, and I can't go to the full, you know, to the full stretch out of the hand there. But I do a lot of just kind of moving them this way, you know, massaging them, just making sure that they're not staying too still, because what happens is you just kind of end up getting in this position right here like this, and before you know it, you know, just got hours in this position, just because you're just trying so much to you know, to avoid moving it because it hurts so much. So I do have a sling. I do have an arm sling that when I go out, I do use it. But obviously, you know, I don't know if you've ever had to wear an arm sling. It really hurts the neck. Yeah, the trap muscles right here, the delt muscles over here. So it really hurts just to have it on for so long. I had it on for a long time yesterday. So since then, it's just being in the house, I haven't really had it on, but it's weird because I can kind of walk around with my hand like this and it's not really that uncomfortable. So this contraption, whatever they got kind of under here, they got a splint under here. I can feel it's pretty wide. It kind of goes the whole width of my forearm. The edge is over here and the other edge is way over here. So I think that, you know, it makes my arm pretty heavy, so I don't spend too much time with my arm down, especially then too, because I feel a lot of the blood rushing straight to my hand, so I want to avoid that. So when I'm walking around the house, I really just walk around my hand like this, and I don't even really notice it actually anymore. So, but it is a very comforting feeling to have the feeling back in my arm and my hand, even though that comes with the onset of the pain. But it was a little unsettling to have to have my arm just kind of sitting there, just feel, you know, just kind of feel lifeless almost, you know, just really no control over it, because I had no strength in my elbow. Like I said, it went from probably bottom of the shoulder all the way down. So I had no control over anything. I couldn't lift it. I couldn't turn it, you know, twist it, whatever. You know, so I'm glad to be able to have the feeling back into it. Like I said, even though that comes with a little bit with some of the pain, but you know, overall, I think it's going well. From what I saw before I had the procedure, this is all kind of just normal progress for it. So hopefully, what it seems like, you know, 2 to 4 days, depending on your injury and, you know, depending on your body, that the pain is this significant, this intense. So I'm hoping. Today's surgery was Friday. Right now it's Sunday evening. I'm not sure, probably a little after 8 o'clock. You know, so I'm really hoping that, you know, by tomorrow night, maybe early Tuesday morning, some of this pain starts to kind of settle itself down. I think what's happening too is a lot of the swelling is really taking place. So hopefully all that stuff just kind of settles down and I can start to just kind of be a little bit more comfortable. So I'll probably make another video a little bit later this week with just kind of once I get the drain poured out, because I'll be able to unwrap it and I'll be able to see it a little bit, kind of see what it looks like. I might take try to snap a couple pictures while it's unwrapped. So, but otherwise, just a quick update for that. And everything seems to be moving forward, seems to be going well. So I am glad that I did it, kind of get that hardest part behind and, just kind of get this timeline going. So look out, I'll post another video probably a little bit later this week. And, hopefully it's, like I said, just helping anybody who's thinking about it, has to have it done, know somebody that has to have it done, share these videos out. The more information, the better. So, I'll post them a little bit later this week and keep you updated.